Well, hello. We are back to Expeditions Viking. I think my mic's making a bit of noise. Give me a second. That's better. Should be a bit more clearer. Alright, let's load the game. I'll try not to load the checkpoints that much. Alright, we're heading east. Occupied, medium security. The faint, sickly, sweet stench of carrion hangs in the wind. Ahead you see the dark forms of crows flapping eagerly against the pale sky. As you approach, you find signs of battle and blood-soaked soil. Several bodies litter the area, and the dark birds have begun their feast. Let's investigate, maybe we'll find some goodies. You decide to search the area. With raised voices and flailing arms, you chase away the crows, who take wing with raucous protest. Then, you set about your grim task. Though you search for a while, you find little to implicate who these warriors once were. You do, however, think that you might be able to salvage some of their arms and armor, lest the elements claim good steel and sturdy hide. Rosva dusts off her hands and looks at you, brow furrowed.
If you are thinking to take from the dead, you'll do well to remember the whites. All that we see here belongs to them. Take if you wish, but do not steal.
Alright. Scavenge but leave an offering, sure. You uncover an intact piece of equipment, worn but serviceable. As payment to the spirits of the land, you leave an offering of silver behind. What'd I get? I can't remember. Oh, well, whatever. You've trekked for the better part of the day, under dark and ominous clouds. When it begins, a small tap on your shoulder, a frigid droplet on your cheek. Icy pellets spill from above as the torrent of hail overtakes you. The howling wind whips frozen rain against you, and a cry of dismay rises from your herdmen. Set your jaws and pull up your cloaks. There's nothing for it but to keep moving. Quickly, we can raise a lean-to and weather it there. Keep moving. While grumbling and cursing, you all hastily wrap yourselves in heavy cloaks and lower your heads against the downpour, pushing onward. After some time, you notice that Gunnar is shivering uncontrollably, and has developed a racking cough. His clothes are soaked through, and his eyes are bright and feverish. After a while, the downpour ceases, and the hail slackens to a cold, misty drizzle. One injured. Light infection chest. Oh, fatigued is no good. Like, really not good. I'll make sure they get enough rest here. A rogue, a scout, rogue, leader, rogue, healer, rogue. A lot of rogues. That's fine. Boulder's favor. Hit time. Let's give him a demoralize then. Only seems like one archer here. %25 chance, no, good enough. I could do Tyr's favor. Are you sure? To end the turn. In case they decide to take cover around there. Demoralized, didn't seem to work. They willingly get flanked? Oh my god, the head came off. Nice. Are you serious? They're gonna hide around here. Where'd the archer go, actually? Healer. Okay. There you are. You wanna heal him? Yes, of course. It won't help you, though. Holy shit, he attacked 3 times. Brilliant. Ranging shot. There, now you can see him. Shoot him. Harried. I'll stand here. I'll give it protect. You'll do. Tactical move. Ah, being an archer now, huh? Spear. Blanked. Let's get rid of that shield. Oh shit. Blocked. Oh shit. Oh, you actually hit someone. Let's go charge. Nice. The did make them do quite a bit less damage, so I hope that that can be recovered. Nefja will not become rested. Ah, of course. She might have to trade a guarding with someone else. Maybe it can be with me. I'll rest then. And oh god. I have no guarding ability, that's all. Hunting. Adds more meat. Heal. Gunnar. Healing. This is a triage. Patients in the deterioration risk of the injury. Share the penalties imposed on your patient. So you prioritize your patients. You can have more than one injury at a time, which is the case. Select which specific injury to treat by clicking on it. Nature displays its treatment costs and medication as well as the penalty imposed on the patient. So this information to prioritize injuries. Inventory cost to perform all the healing you've assigned today. The numbers in the parentheses show the unmodified cost and the percentage of bonus of healing skills are been assigned to heal. Costs 8 medicine. Endurance -1. This is chest infection. But how much medicine do I have? Injuries already assigned will be fully treated in this camp. Okay. She can heal as well, but it's rank 1. Okay, Nefja will not become rested, so I've got to get rid of this. Rest. It is assigned tasks that yield no result. Well, guarding. Maybe we can do some repairs. Rated X. Salvage. Okay, we got a pine bow, of which it's not as good as my birch bow, but Katil can have that. My old bow's here. Guess this guy could use the old bow. Broadsword. 7 to 12, AP2, 1.05. This one's way better. Simple spear. She also has a simple spear. A little bow. Tripwire. Bearded Dane. Alright, he wanted that. No, there's no point in repairing it. I could just get rid of it. 6 to 12. That's -9, so it's 15 to probably 21 as well. Yeah. AP1. Crit 1.2. So it's less. I know I'll salvage. It's too damaged. Some of these stuff I should salvage, like wood Dane axe, tool axe. I'll just leave those for now. Okay, that reduces what I need to do. Okay, Adis. Adis still has available shifts. Repair bearded axe. Equipped. Okay, repair selected. Let's go scouting, I guess. If anything, I can have her clean. I think she's not that great at this stuff. Rest, and she can clean. Cattell. You can keep hunting, or you can even craft. I don't think I need to craft anything, so let's keep hunting. Witchcraft. There's nothing to preserve. I don't have enough meat to process into rations. Yeah, sure. Let's make camp. Look at it go. In the morning, as your herd are packing down the camp and preparing to move out, you notice a hole in the bottom of one of your sacks. You check the ration stored within and find that much of it has been chewed upon by rodents. Half of the contents will have to be discarded. Ah, shit. Gunnar the Peaceful chest. Is this how much I spent or how much I... Oh, it is spent. Not hunting enough. I need to hunt some more. Hopefully I don't run out of rations. Let's see. How I see my rations. Doesn't say it here. Maybe it's here? Please, 3, 7 Herdman Plains. Legend. Must be here. Wood, salvage, hides, rations, 52. Okay, I should have plenty. High security. As much as I like to keep going to occupied places, it doesn't matter. You and your herd are traveling along the banks of a stream, running along the bottom of an overgrown ditch, when a sudden yelp from behind grabs your attention. You spin around just in time to see Katil topple into the ditch. The soil along the edge is shot through with thin roots that have stolen away the stability of the ground. He gives a grunt of frustration as he flounders in the plant, choked stream, pushing aside the long, broad leaf-tipped stalk. The combatant clambers back out again, with a steady stream of muttered complaints. Katil's skin is flushed with embarrassment, but a growing look of discomfort reveals that there may be more to it than injured pride. Thanks to your knowledge of witchcraft, you recognize the plants growing in the ditch as hogsweed, and know that their sap is poisonous to the touch. Without a soothing poultice, Katil will suffer for several days. Use 5 medicine. Hold still, Katil. This will help. It takes a few moments, but after cleaning away the sap with water from the stream and applying the poultice, Katil already shows signs of improvement. That's much better. Thanks. I'll be more careful next time. Thanks to your quick diagnosis and response, Katil will recover quickly and with little discomfort. Over the course of a few hours, he is able to toss away the poultice with nary a mark to show for the ordeal. What is my medicine? Herbs 10. Medicine 58. Oh, I've got plenty. Yes. We got a scout. Yeah, I should invest in these skills. Pairing, hunting, heavy sleeper, guarding. Diplomacy definitely, but I don't have enough points. Must spend 100 SP to upgrade the skill further. 96 spent. Constitution, so that means I need 4 left. I don't want to spend straight up 12. Crafting. Heavy sleeper. After resting 1 shift. That is good though. Sure. Diplomacy, I need 9 points. Yeah, this says how much I have. I get it now. Yes, guarding. Yes, guarding. She. Probably use guarding. But she is very good at cooking. Constitution house of deterioration risk for infections. It's pretty good, but I need more of this. Hardened. Yes. Good patient. Get more health, you big lunk. Flanking damage multipliers reduced by 15. Is this character? Evade. Dodge. Attack of opportunity. Give him stunned. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. So he's a shield maiden. Axe. Throwing. Governed by the perception. Triple. Charge. Protect. Tactical move. Maybe a taunt as well. It's always useful. Yeah, she might need some guard. 11 points. 101 spent. So she could get a increase to shield maybe. Oh, needs 1 more point. Shit. Maybe I should save it then. As Leaford. Oh, already 103 spent, so that's... Shit. You should save it as well. 99 spent. Oh boy. I want her to spend it in the spear. Spend 1 point. 12 points. Save it. 5 points. It's not going to be able to use it on anything. Preserving, cooking. Wonder if I should have another scout. But should she be the other scout? Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Witchcraft, healing. I actually should go for that instead of leadership and Gelder. Interrupt, feint, dueling. She'll master the sling, I guess. One more point. Ranged attacks. Nimble, opportunist, steady hands, attack, night owl, night wolf, avenger, backstabber, bloodthirsty, dodge, evade. I want to make her survive better, so maybe Strider will be better. 111 points. Next, you could put more into sling. One meat will spoil this camp. 3 herdmen have available shifts. Yield no result. Reserve. This rank 3, so she should be cooking instead. I think she'll also do guard again. And she can scout. She can help scout as well. Alfdis. Tasked it. No result. Where's the one that they're guarding? Still has available shifts. Let's do witchcraft. I guess. $86 guarding. All of your herdmen have eaten, some of your herdmen have become well fed, your scouts have found something of interest nearby. $17 wood. Nice. Well, we haven't found the place I was supposed to find, the hamlet. Reeb. Jarl Ragnhild Hader, capital of the Danes. It's like a homestead, actually. And have a training ring with some power. Alright. Take 1 day to complete, 3 days to complete. Alright. Let's use a slave. Might as well. It's occupied by wolves. Oh shit. That's no good. 5% chance. Oh, what, really? Can I taunt one of them? Probably not, right? They're too far away. Doubt they can reach me in one stride. I'll try to bottleneck them around here. Interrupt. Interrupt. Alright, let's get Boulder's favor. Don't have anything else. Leave. Do they have a wolf mother here? Yeah, they do. There's one down at least. 5 remaining, including a wolf mother. It doesn't seem like she's activating her cries yet. Wait, she's there. There's not 2 wolf mothers, are there? I think there is. Cover. Alright. Wolf mother. Wolf. So they all seem to be coming from this direction. Can I actually taunt? No, I can't. I don't think taunt works on these motherfuckers. Shoot this right here. What's she doing complaining? Not gonna walk right. Strange. Gonna cripple this guy. 95%, do it. Good. Just wail on this one. I'm not gonna go close enough to allow it to attack me, so I'm just gonna stay here and protect. Finish it. They're nothing. Okay, is it all good? Actually, I might want to repair, right? Here's my designated repair. Preserve. I want to preserve some more. Witchcraft. Well, I haven't picked up that much herbs, so I might just want to. This will not become rested. Well, maybe that's enough, you know? I don't know how much meat is converted. Preserving to amount of meat to be converted to rations. No, the total amount of meat available. I only have 2, so it's fine. Witchcraft 6. All the herbs will be processed. Hunting. Alright. Make camp. All of your herdmen have eaten, some of your herdmen have become well fed. Scouts have found something nearby. Is it the settlement? Wood. More wood. Where? Oh. Rural area in the Funan with an ancient passage grave. Oh, I already found it. I thought I was gonna pop up like these areas. Oh, let's get a forest campsite. Clan power increase. One meat will spoil. We'll do another preservation. Rosva. Yeah, nothing to do. Right, you can scout the remainder. I think I'm making too much camp. One meat, 0 ration. Wood. Let's head to reap. Here, sure you take with you. Let's take everyone. Morale of your herdmen affects your physical and mental resistances. Hope the game's not crashing. It feels like it is. Give me a second. Oh wait, no. I think it's fine. There we go. Oh no, another place to scavenge for loot. Oh, that's red. There's so much to discover. Hey, Lucas. Go. Gets a bit awkward when you are in the right angle. I don't even know if you can change the angle of the camera. I don't think so. I'll just keep looting and then I'll discover the map that way. Plus 2 herbs. Damn it. Oh, there we go. It's kind of ridiculous. The branch of the marker points towards the harbor. Oh, so there is a harbor. Oh, they're building new houses. Unadulterated condescension radiates from the dark eyes under bushy eyebrows. It's rare to see such arrogance on the face of such a blatantly unrefined man. Skunky. Hey, wait, wasn't this guy with skill? I know you. The Thane of Skern, right? Saw you fight some ill-equipped farm boys at your father's funeral. Huh. Have to see how good you fare against some real warriors. Your school's berserker. Be careful what you wish for. Sorry, do I know you? Yeah, and your school's berserker. That's right. Skarky's the name. Heard you're in town looking for a crew. Afraid I already hired everyone who's worth their salt.
What are you doing here?
Just preparing my ship for a little excursion across the sea. Got some mates on Orknajar waiting for me to visit.
I'll be crossing that sea soon as well. Perhaps we'll meet again on other coasts. Better stay clear of my expedition, Skarky. What a coincidence. I'm heading to the same direction. Doubt the natives will be happy to see my ship on their beach, though. Maybe we'll see each other again, yeah.
Not if you've any luck, Thane of Skern.
Oh, what's so hostile?
heads towards the
You
lock.
look at all these ships.
All trade for miles around goes through this harbor.
Yeah, but also they look really cool.
They're quite beautiful, yes.
I must admit, I'm starting to look forward to our journey.
What? Some foul spirit of the underworld has taken possession of Aslife. Quick, throw him in the river.
Walking down the boardwalk, you are stopped in your tracks by an apparition, sitting quietly at the dock. The unmistakable contours of the ship that brought the raiders to Skirn. Neverja follows your gaze. Is that... Are those the big two sonar who attacked our home? The gods have given us another chance to make those bastards pay. Killing these people will not undo the harm they did to our clan. Without a moment's pause, Gunnar overtakes you and walks directly up to the nearest raider, beard parted by a shit-eating grin. Grimar! What an unbelievable coincidence to run into you again here. All color immediately drains from the Grimar's face. How the fuck? I thought you were dead. Takes more than that to kill an Ulfheden, old friend. He slaps Grimar hard on the shoulder, nearly sending the man sideways into the drink. You could have taken better care of the ship. She looks ready to sink. The other man appears to regain his wits. You asshole! You led us to our deaths, Gunnar. We're all that's left. Everyone else is dead, and you saunter up here like you're still in charge? Well, you can forget that. I'm in charge now. We're patching up your ship and going home. Gunnar stares straight into Grimar's eyes for a long moment. Then, without any further warning, he socks his old friend square in the jaw. That's payment for my ship. What? He's not dead, is he? Looks like he has something against these guys. Puffball. Launches a mushroom that explodes into a cloud. I'll try and poison this guy. %65 chance. What's this? Oh, it's a bit of wet, slippery patch. I'll demoralize them. What's wrong with this guy? Yep. He willingly walked out here to throw his life away.
trying to fight. Interesting. Oh, in the drink he goes. Hopefully I can still loot him. Maybe we can loot the arm. Catil surveys the carnage. Met a new faction northman. That did make me feel better. And now we have a ship. That battered old thing isn't going to take us across the sea. Besides, we couldn't even muster the crew for a ship that large. Leave it. Somebody else can decide what to do with it. We can at least chop it up for the wood. Well, it must be worth something. Let's see if we can find a buyer. Yeah. Somebody at the market, perhaps? Winged spear. Just taking their loot. Gunnar doesn't care about a ship, does he? Oh, what the? What are they doing down there? These angles ought to do it. That doesn't seem like it. Damn it. How do you... Oh. Well, that makes things easier. A gruff-looking man with expensive equipment stands in the docks in front of a mighty warship, idly watching the passers-by. Oh there. Need to hire a ship. Are you willing to sell your ship? He hooks his thumbs in his belt and sways back and forth on the soles of his feet. Nope. If you need a ship to move cargo to take you up or down the coast, or to give one of your enemies a really bad day, my crew is for hire, but not for sale. But you've traveled half far, He smiles, satisfied. For sure. My crew and I have been as far up the northern coast as we have been down the southern shores. You won't find a more experienced crew anywhere. Not particularly interested right now. Man, these longboats sure are long. Get back where I died, piece of a door. I already told you I didn't take nothing. Last saw you cursed helplessness. You can't just leave it alone. This isn't over. Halfdanner Jørgensen. Halfdan daughter. The man before you has the robust and hale bearing of a farmer,
His crow's feet and greying hair attest that his prime years lay behind him. A fat pig snuffles about in the yard. He leans on the fence and watches you approach. What do you want? Were you fighting over that pig? He sniffs and wipes his nose on his sleeve. Oh, Mado's making trouble, accusing us of thievery. A frown knits together on his brow as he looks you over. Who are you to meddle anyway? I'm Elfdis, daughter of Bjorn Ulfr, Thane of Skirn. I'm strong, I'm armed, and I've a herd of Vikings with me. Someone who will bring this to the Jarl's attention if you don't help, if you don't stop. This is a waste of my time. Yeah, I'm Elfdis, daughter of Bjorn Ulfr, Thane of Skirn. His eyebrows threaten to retreat with his receding hairline. That's a mouthful. He considers for a moment. Maybe you are one to talk them down. I'll clear this mess up. You'll see we're in the right here. About the pig. He glances over his shoulder at the animal. He grunts busily as it roots around the yard for something edible. You notice notches on the pig's ears. What about it? What is Mardolf's claim? Fury sucks on his lower lip. Says he stole the hawk. Got an extra notch to make it look like one from the 7th litter. From our 7th litter. Summon the pig. The hog squeals and scampers back as you approach, watching you distrustfully with beady eyes. There are 2 notches on its left ear, and 3 on the right. The outermost cut of the right ear looks ragged and uneven. The pig clearly struggled when it was made. Examine. 2 notches on the left, 3 on the right. Right here looks ragged and uneven. The outermost cut. I've heard enough. Let's hope so. Alf Danson's and the Marolsons updated. I want to hear their side as well. This is a little boat. A small wood toys line the hay. Child's Hardaway. Hello, my doll. A pair of dull eyes regard you suspiciously from beneath bushy brows. The old man before you is lanky and slight, and though most of the lank hair is grey or white, streaks of ginger red remain stubbornly visible. What? I'm here to see a man about a pig. Clearly show me the markings. Muddle's face rearranges into a mask of lopsided anger. It seems to take him a moment to quell that fire long enough to spit out the words. They cut new markings, I'm sure of it. I know that pig is one of ours. How can you be sure? He glowers at you.
When you raise an animal and watch your sons tend to it every day, you can tell. I'm here to see a man about a pig. His eyes pop slightly as he sizes you up, jaw clenching and unclenching. Those thieving half-dancers are trying to take away what little we have. Again! Slow down. Maybe I can help. His eyes flicker from your face to the street and back again, before he visibly relaxes. You want to help? Haven't come to take something. Just tell me what this is about. Let's not rule anything out here. You receive a look of disbelief, mingled with a touch of relief and perhaps even hope. The half-dancers, snakes, all of them, stole our fattest hog. He sighs heavily. They say it was their markings, but the notch on the edges of this right here was just a small nick. They must have cut it larger. Is there anyone else I should talk to? Adol scratches at his scraggly beard. A boy, Samir and Paulnir stole the theft. Can you think of anyone else? Scowls, folding his face into a frown. A man named Builder lives nearby. He's got ties to both families. Paulnir leans against the wall, content to watch his brother toil. He's a slight man with a wiry bearing and a sharp glint in his eyes. His eyes snap to you during your approach. You get the impression that he is quickly forming a complete opinion about you, and it isn't flattering. Are you Paulnir? His nostrils flare and he rolls his eyes, heaving his shoulders in an exaggerated sigh. He pauses for a moment as though composing himself. An accurate rejoinder to your mundane inquiry would suggest affirmation. According to your father, the half-dancers stole a hog. Are you using all those big words to make me feel stupid? Tell me about the half-dancers. An ugly sneer mars his thin face. Their illicit appropriations have occurred anteriorly. His voice drops with bitterness. Prosperity and influence, it seems, supersede veracity. Using all those big words to make me feel stupid. His eyebrows arch into a mask of sympathy. That your proclaimed lack of mental acuity should inform my exercise of convoluted inflection is merely baseless conjecture. Then surcease the non-germane affection of procurantism and enunciate with brevity. A look of unmitigated shock plays across his face. It takes him a moment to pick up his jaw and gain his composure. Well, did I stutter? He doesn't seem willing to look you in the eye for a few minutes. When he does, it is with considerable respect. Oh, you made yourself clear. Tell me about the half-dancers. He taps his lips for a moment. They killed my brother Assad because he disagreed with Jarl's appointment. He sighs wistfully, wearily. We didn't agree with his views either. Murder? I never paid for what they did either. I'm done here. Samir towers over you. Some of his head is cropped and closely cut. And though there is obviously great strength in his bulk, he carries himself in a pronounced slouch. It looms in, deep set eyes squinting, and an acknowledging rumble thrums in your direction. Hello, Samir. I'm Elftus. He nods and the corners of his wide mouth drag slowly upwards. Aye. Samir's trunk-like arms falls to his side, still grasping the mallet he was using to hammer new fence posts into the mud. Your father says the half-dancers stole a pig. Did they? His eyes dart towards his father. He seems to be watching you both from across the lot. A pig. He straightens his back and his voice rolls like thunder from an oncoming storm cloud. Half-dancers are liars. What do you do? He looks at the mallet in his hand and smiles. Fix things for father. Help little brother. Tell me about the half-dancers. His frown somehow deepens, and for a moment, you fear that his face might split into two under the weight of it. They killed my big brother. I'm sorry, Samir. He looks across the lot at Paulnir. Why do they want to take more? I'll let you get back to work, Samir. Oh, Samar. Skeleton. Being the most powerful woman in Denmark, Ragnhilda has a second longhouse just for her herdmen. Warriors from all over the north come here to seek work, to trade with her renowned Huskars. You recognize Skallagrimr from your father's funeral feast. The troll man is Ragnhilda's bannerman and lover, and he never leaves her side. He raises a hand in greeting. Oh there, Elfdis. I greatly enjoyed myself at your feast. Especially the show you put on at the end. You fight well. It was a good feast, and one I won't be able to match again for some time. When I host another one, you will be invited. That means a lot coming from you. I'm hoping I told you and Ragnhilda fought a dozen of Haraldr Wartooth's Huskars of Bravel. How looks Salgrim? How goes it? Yes, flattering. And sure that we know about. Aye, it's true. We stood back to back and faced them 3 or 4 at a time. The fight took a whole day. Tell me, what brought you to Reed today? I'm looking to hire crew for my ship. I need a few good warriors for my herd. Yeah. Skallagrimr scratches his beard pensively. You've chosen a bad time to recruit. Mercenaries have no trouble finding low-risk work at the moment. What with the trouble in the marsh? What trouble? People have been disappearing in those marshes for years. It's gotten a lot worse lately. As many as a dozen disappearances over the past 2 months. Entire trade caravans simply vanishing there. The whole city is awash in rumors of lanternmen, man-eating witches, and other such nonsense. If your interest goes beyond idle curiosity, I suggest you ask Ragnhilda about it. She's been trying to find people willing to do something about it. Lovely herd. So I've got to solve that problem to actually get more men? Really? Hey, Riculfer. A sorry-looking man sits on the boardwalk, a small selection of equipment spread out on a wool blanket in front of him. He looks up at you with the dark-rimmed eyes. Hell, Honorable Thane. Are you in need of weapons or armor, perchance? Why are you selling your equipment? I am no warrior. These things belong to my beautiful wife. Vigander. He stinks, struggling to get his next words unstuck from his throat. She fell in Frisia, defending a group of traders. Without her, there is nothing left for me here. I'm going back east to my ancestral village, but I need to buy a peat and place on a ship. Maybe we can take him with us. I tell him about Vigander. The widower exhales deeply. She was the most beautiful woman in the world. Her hair was gold and it flowed around her shoulders like a waterfall. When she smiled, everything else seemed colorless by comparison. When she laughed, there was no other sound in the world. She chose the life of a shield maiden before we met. I wanted nothing more than to settle down with her, but she was too full of life for such a modest existence. I will never love another woman. I will never be able to. Now the corner of your eye, you actually catch Nefja, wiping her eyes with a sleeve. How much do you need for the journey? He casts his eyes down a damp boardwalk. It seems the going rate is about 50 or a tug of silver. Less if I could work for my upkeep, but I know nothing of ships. If I can sell all of Vigander's equipment, that should cover it with silver to spare in the end. I don't need Vigander's equipment, but I will pay for your journey. Let me see what you have. The centerpiece of their selection is a suit of decent but unremarkable hide armor. A nasty slash across the chest has been very competently repaired. It estimates its original worth to be around 300 valuables. In front of the selection lies a winged spear that could probably fetch 200 when new, and coiled around it a simple flex sling, probably worth around 150. A standard leather trim helmet worth 100 valuables or so. Rounds off the collection. I can't afford this. Sorry to hear that. Guess we're about equally poor then. Consider returning if you come into well. Well, I've got to hire some people, so I can't really do it right now. Where's that guy that's supposed to lives next to this guy? One of them shield raiders. Yadara Yakut.
This town goes on forever.
Have you never been to Ribe before?
Has Hulda ever left Skjern? You're a grown woman. Are you not allowed to leave on your own? Hulda can't prevent me anymore, but I don't know. I feel obligated towards her. It's a generous thing, what you've done for her over the years. Fair is fair, you know.
They look like they're about to brawl. Hello. Hey, you get over here. Visitors aren't welcome. Visitors to what? It's probably an orphanage. Guy is huge. I'm looting forever. Finally reached the edge, or the bottom edge. One skill point. That ain't enough. I want more diplomacy, leadership, inspire. Holy shit, that is really good. Diplomacy 9. I'll probably go for leadership first because that is really good. She wants to do another shield, I think. place is all burnt down. What happened to here? You're approached by a slight woman with a spatter of freckles on her sharp face and her auburn hair in a tight braid. Her pale eyes dare you to turn away, and her voice is like a whip crack. You're not like the rest of these people, are you? Armed, purpose to your stride. You get things done. About time someone noticed. What do you want? I have somewhere to be. Yeah, what do you want? She gestures at the acrid, burnt-out ruins. I know who caused all this. Who caused this? Filthy sleaze named Vranger, my husband. He deserves a coward's death for what he has done. And you want me to find him? She thinks for a moment. I hear he's been seen fleeing southeast. He's making for Hedeby. He'd have to cross through the marsh. What can you tell me about Vranger? He came from a struggling merchant family. His silver tongue brought my hand, much to my shame. So he took the dowry, failed to pay the morning price, and left town with all of our trade goods. Diplomacy too. There's something you're not telling me. Fanning the flames will cover his escape. Her jaw clenches and her eyes harden. The eve of our wedding. I found him with a bed slave. Not that it stopped him from taking my maidenhood. Oh. For him it seems that it was purely about the wealth and coin. I'd like to know more about you. I come from a family of tradesmen. Been in Reed for 3 generations. Only child, and my parents wanted grandchildren. I'll find him, Brana. Hell hath no fury. Why do you have to burn everything? Just to cover his escape? Surprise. The fuck? Who are these people? Why is there an archer right in front of me?
I'll be fine.
Seems pretty strong. This scatter shot thing. Anyway, Melder's favor.
Can't blame me for exploiting such an obvious opening. Need a hand?
I'm in your tent.
Venomous.
the spot. Stand my ground here. They won't be able to get past me. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Demoralize. Okay, you can do that, sure. Oh, he actually went there. Oh my god, the damage. Off goes their head. What in Thor's name was that all about? Who are these people? Nefjen nudges one of the attackers with the tip of her boot, eliciting a groan. This one is still alive. Yeah, still got one. Grab the survivor. Who sent you? Speak. You met with a gaze that speaks clearly to your prospect. You get nothing out of this person. Check their pockets. You and your herd each picks an attacker to search. Gunnar raises his hand, holding something that glimmers in the light. Found something. A medallion of some kind. Examine the medallion. The silver medallion is the centerpiece of a pearl necklace. You don't recognize the exotic patterns that adorn it, but somebody in this town must know. Gunnar leans over to take a look at the necklace. That pattern looks vaguely familiar. I can't quite place it though. I may have seen something like it up in Corpun. Perhaps we should ask around the market. It really does feel like this town is never ending. Thought I've been everywhere, but there's just more and more fog of war. Hey, Builder. Found you. Builder is busy spearing hay on a pitchfork when you approach. He's nearing the end of his prime years, with close-cut hair and a well-kept beard. He drives the pitchfork into the mud and leans on it. Who are you? Alftus, Thane of Skirn. He raises an eyebrow. His mouth a thin line. No shit. I have questions for you. He sighs and nods at you. I expect you do. There's this fight about a pig. Mulder clenches his teeth and looks away for a moment. They're at it again. Of course they are. He levels an even stare. Listen, Alf Dansons might be up their own asses, but none of those bunches looking for a fight. They have a dent in their honor and it's festering. The pig is an excuse to pick a fight. Tell me about the Half Dansons.
His deep-set eyes search your face for a moment. They run a good timbering outfit and are friends with Cloud. Supported the Jarl when the king appointed her. About 13 winters past, there was trouble with Muddle's brother. Asa, Halfdan's brother, was also first thought to have killed him. Turned out he was home with a cold at the time of the murder. Most folk believe Halfdan's uncle was the real killer. Nothing ever came of it, though. Tell me about the Muddlesons. He shakes his head and sighs. Been in town for a while. Come in from Ars and Viborg. Good folk mostly. Muddle's son fell in with a bad crowd, though. Started trouble. Killed one of the Jarl's soldiers. Didn't end well. Thanks. I'll let you get back to work. So, it seems like there is nothing wrong with the pig. After all. I'll talk to the market guys afterwards. Ooh, that was close. Hello, Bristlebeard. Think I need a new set of tools for my smithy. Reeb's most central blacksmith is well renowned for his broad knowledge of metalworking. He can forge a sword as readily as he mends a broken pot. While one of his apprentices bangs away at something near the furnace, the smith himself meets you in the yard outside. Hail, so, my beautiful thing. Have you come to commission a weapon from the best smith north of Saxony? Why did you help when we were attacked? Terribly sorry, honorable Thane. I'm no good with a weapon. I only make them. Show him the necklace. Do you recognize the patterns on this medallion? The smith holds the medallion an inch from his face and examines the engravings carefully. No, I can't say I've ever seen engravings like this before. There's the necklace back to you. You ought to ask that lady who sells supplies at the market. She's traveled far and wide. Do you sell arms and armor? In a manner of speaking, I build such items to order. You can bring me the materials I need, and I'll make whatever equipment you require. For such jobs, I charge only the fee for my labor. Of course, I also have a stock of materials for sale. Now, let's talk about what kind of equipment you can make. No point. Stock of materials. Valuables for his salvage. Vendor has disagreeable prices. Well, fuck that. I'll be back if I need anything. Oh, they're still here. kind of loot is unfathomable. I'll talk to the other guy. I want to talk to this guy first. Confront the other guy about his troublemaking. The model service, whatever. What? Oh. Can't do anything to make him say anything different. Alright, let's make our way back to this guy then. Seems like he blames everything on this family. What do you want? Is there anyone else I should talk to? Me against the two others in the yard. Cousin Halfdunner is a girl running here. Anyone else? He's from Elder Stephenson lives in town. Got blood in both families. Ready to make my let's leave. Stop. Before you is a young woman with pale blonde brown hair tucked demurely under a woven cap. She sets down the bundle of rushes she was spreading in the muddy yard. She doesn't quite meet your eyes when she turns to face you. Yes? My name is Elstas. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this pig business. She seems to relax somewhat, though still refuses to look you in the eye. I don't know why they want to fight over something so silly. She glances at Fleury, then at Halfdan. Her nostrils flare and her lips quivers for a moment before he returns her attention to you. Did Fleury steal the pig? She looks at the hog as he shuffles around and shakes her head. He wouldn't do that. She glances searching for at your face. A pig isn't worth fighting for. The model says should let it go. What do you do? Renevig shrugs, the formless dress momentarily betraying her womanly shapes. Attend the steed. Help my mother and aunt with the chores. Tell me about the medicines. Her face flushes and she cups her reddening cheeks. Some of them aren't so bad. If they would just talk instead of holding on to the past. What do you mean about the medicines? The young woman glances at Halfdunner and then lowers her voice, blushing furiously. Alni is smart. His voice is like honey, and his mind is quick. If only his father and brother would listen to him. Thank you, Renevig. I should get back to your work. She have a crush on... I thought they were a thing. Or maybe she's the daughter, I'm not sure. You approach a man whose hard work and plenty have left their marks. There's a stout strength about him, but he carries a prodigious gut. He smiles jovially and runs a hand through his graying hair before offering it to you. Halfdunner. Shake his hand. Alftus. His grip is firm and his hands calloused. Brunolf's daughter, from Skirn. He sees your questioning look and continues. I did business with your father. More than a few of your houses are built with my lumber. Does the peak belong to Fleur? Halfdanner frowns and crosses his arms.
Well, that is what this is about.
His eyes fall on the hawk. He looks tired.
We have plenty. Why would we throw away our honor to steal from the Melisons?
What do you do? Lannis just smiles with pride. A hint of smugness creeps in onto his face.
My family has worked the forest outside Reed for many years. We helped build this town.
Tell me about the Melisons. His face darkens, a sneer logging at his upper lip.
Their family too weak to stand on its own, so they blame their problems on the Bearters.
The patriarch leans against the wall. He closes his eyes and his hands twitch, as if he is drawing forth memories like water from a well.
Mardo's oldest boy fought when Ragnhilda was declared Jarl. He was killed in the night, a cowardly affair.
He meets your gaze squarely, eyes hard.
They accused my brother Dellinger of the deed, falsely, as they do.
Thanks, Halfdanner. That's all I need to know. Resolve the feud. I spoke to everyone. Barry straightens up. Halfdanner and Renevik approach to hear your verdict. The pig is yours. Mardol has no claim. Pug belongs to Mardol. Return what you stole and make peace. Though I'm not entirely sure yet. Well is yours. Mardol has no claim. The relief softens Fleury's features, and a smile spreads on his face.
I like to see you know the truth when you hear it.
The returned patriarch clasped his shoulder with a grin.
As promised, I'll send some of our surplus timber to Skirn.
Stepping in, pig's not worth spilling blood, no matter how our families get on. I thought I had to resolve the other side, but I guess not. Now well. Hopefully they don't get, I don't know, I'm ambushed or whatever. Maybe I can talk to him about it.
You hold the half-done since just like everyone else in this shitty town. Piss off, I've nothing more to say to you.
Okay. It's a bit rude, but whatever. Leather helmet. 1%. This is better. Plus 10 hit points. 6 out of 8 durability. Strengthening fur helmet. It has extra health, so I might just shove it on him. A Velber's helmet. Winged spear. 3 to 8, 7 to 10. It's also 7 to 10, but it's damaged 5 out of 10. I'm not sure if I should repair it or not. It'll probably end up being better than this. But you know, not sure if I should waste time trying to repair it. Yadar Yarn Cakeson. A portly man with receding hair, dressed in several layers of fine furs, waves at you as you pass through the market. Honorable Shield Maiden, over to your time, please. Speak. Hail Oxel. Hello. I'm sorry to impose upon you like this, but I see you traveling with a retinue that marks you as a woman of high standing. My name is Yadar, Yarn Cakes Kigasan. I'm a merchant trading in ironworks from the east. I recently bought a house near the docks and moved here hoping to establish trade routes to Frisia, perhaps even beyond. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. To my tremendous misfortune, having already purchased a house before coming here, I've arrived to find it occupied by rats. They're a fierce bunch and I cannot take up residence in my home before they have been routed. I've had to pay dearly to lodge with a business acquaintance for the past 2 weeks, while I've attempted to resolve the situation. I met with a dismaying lack of support from the Jarl's men. You think the Jarl would be interested in getting rid of such vermin and restore order to her domain, but no. What sort of compensation can I expect? Very well. I don't see why I shouldn't aid you. A few rodents wouldn't pose a problem. Not a rat catcher. Deal with the rodents yourself. What sort of compensation, yeah? As mentioned, a trade in fine ironworks. Your assistance in this matter will be worth perhaps 10 iron materials worth 100 ore tongue of silver. Well, I don't see how I should aid you. Diplomacy 1, I'll need you to double that. For your goods, you're hiring the service of the Thane of Skirn, daughter of the renowned warrior Bornolf, and my most trusted houseguard. Bornolfer. The merchant's eyes grow wide, and he licks his lips several times, searching for the right words. Right, yes. I saw it once that you're a great warrior. I didn't realize the magnitude of your prowess. 200 ore tongue of silver worth of treated ironwork materials then. Very well. Yet a sigh of relief billows from his lips as a plume of steam fills the frosty air. Thank you, magnanimous shield maiden. I implore you to return here when my house is clean of the rats and it's safe for me to move on. I'll be waiting with bated breath. Investigate Yadar's house. Save the game. Let's head to his house. Is it here? Not quite. Oh wait, it's behind me. Oscar Jumper. Oh, these people. He's calling them rats. Yadar's directions take you to a set of small houses not far from the market. The walls are dirty, the doorways skewed, and one of the roofs has several large cracks. A group of young men and women dressed in rags are loitering around the courtyard. The oldest of them, a boy of perhaps 15 or 16, gets up and saunters over when you enter. Hey, you lost old girl? We're not interested in company. Relax, kid. I'm here to address a rat infestation. Sorry, my young man. Let me just rest my arthritic 25-year-old legs a moment before I leave. Come out of my way, you little rat. Yeah, let me rest my legs. The kid lets out a amused snort despite himself. He looks almost impressed for a moment, before he regains his composure. Yadar sent you, right? If you're here to throw us out, it's not gonna work. Smarter people than you have tried. I get it now. You're the rats. Aye, you're a sharp one, alright. He wipes his nose in an already rather crusty sleeve. You can try and catch us if you fancy a chase. Lots of people have tried it, and we're still about, eh? You're not going to try to fight me. You're not going to try to fight me. How can I convince you to leave peacefully? Yeah. Unless you find us another place to live, we're staying right here. You can run us out like the last people that Hog Belly sent. We'll just be back when you're gone. This is our place. You can tell him Jumper said so. Who are you kids? Not gonna kill him. Are you slow with it? We're the rats. You said so yourself. Make sure no one escapes. Go on. See how far you get. I'll give this some thought. Kill the rats, updated. Find a way to remove the rats from Yadar's property. I'm not gonna kill a bunch of cows. That's fucked up. Maybe I can consult Yadar about it. Where's the... Oh, here it is. I've decided. Whatever you decide to do, please make sure they'll never come back again. Trana. A well-dressed woman in her mid-40s stands between two stalls. A pair of young men are loading sacks and baskets from one of the stalls onto a cart. The trainer greets you with a polite smile. Step right up, my good woman. If you're looking for food or medicine, you've come to the right place. What do you sell? She sweeps her arm in a wide arc encompassing both stalls. Everything you see here is for sale. We're well stocked with fresh herbs and preserved foods. We also sell fresh meat from surrounding farms, and if you seek a remedy for illness or injury, we offer a modest selection of medicinal tinctures. Where do you get your goods? My sons and I collect goods from several small villages to the south. The profits are shared among the farmers. Our herbal remedies are made by my aunt, Gunlauger. She is a wise old woman, well versed in every imaginable affliction. I've come into possession of a warship. I suppose you're interested. She crosses her arms and looks pensively off into the middle distance. Too bad it's a warship. We use a freighter to help us carry our goods up the river. We'll still work, of course. Clear out some benches, maybe. How much are you looking to get for it? How about 200 ore tongue of silver? I'll give you 120. Diplomacy one. I've had to work pretty hard to acquire this vessel. Can't go lower than 180. I don't have the crew for such a big ship. I'll have to hire new hands. That means expanding. Risky. How does 140 sound? Diplomacy one. The wood alone is worth more than that. I could scrap the thing, sell the timber. 160 is the best I can do. Scrapping a ship is no small amount of work. The pay alone would eat half the profits. I raised my offer up to 150, but that's my final offer. No deal. Suit yourself. My offer stands if you change your mind. Alright. Ginpley Skeleton. A young boy stands before a store packed with crates and baskets full of bent and broken metal, pelts rolled up and haphazardly stacked, and coils of hemp rope, and horsehair string, and other pieces of unidentifiable junk. He beams when you come near, and casts a glance at his father, in the back of the tent, who motions encouragingly in your direction.
Highly esteemed steelmaiden, welcome to our humble tent. My name is Knipley. How may I serve you today?
So hides and salvage?
That's right. All you see before you is the Rebus month. Input selection of materials for smithing, tailoring, or even
Boy's father chuckles quietly from the back. Carpentry.
maybe carpentry. Do you like to build things?
Not myself, but I count skilled craftsmen among my friends. I know how to hold a hammer. The child's father sneaks up behind him. I'm sure the Thane of Skirn has much to worry about, son. Responsibility like that doesn't leave much time for crafts. The boy's eyes grew wide.
You're a Thane?
That's right. My father must be confusing me for someone else. Yeah, that's right. If you're looking for high quality supplies, you'll find none better than what we offer. Aren't you a little young to be in charge here?
It's no problem. That's right back there. Okay, there's trouble.
The boy changed the topic so fast you almost get whiplash.
What's your name?
I'm Alphys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Alphys.
Let's see what you have. fair prices. If I need wood, right. I don't really have a bunch of stuff. Perhaps some other time. Ingmar Broadsoul, hello. The man before you has the bearing of a warrior. Although age and comfort seem to have softened his edges, his hair and beard are graying, and the fine clothes he has squeezed into suit him poorly. Yes, you must be the daughter of Bonhoeffer. It's the nose that gives it away.
That's an amusing remark coming from you. The crows around here must be grateful to your face for such a fine place to perch.
For a moment the man's smile turns rigid, but then he composes himself. His eyes never leave you.
Well, you're a friend of my father. I feel that my nose lends a certain distinction to my face. I'll not shake your hand before I know your name. Were you a friend of my father?
I am Ingmar Gerriksson. I know Bonhoeffer. He was a fierce warrior, a friend, and he could hold his mead. I'm still here, but he fights and drinks with the Iron Herja now. The smile tugs at his bearded face. Do me the honor of raising a horn of mead to his memory. My home is south of the marketplace. Tonight we drink and feast as new friends, I insist.
A friend of my father is a friend of mine. We gladly visit and drink to his memory. I have much too little time to spare. Farewell, Ingmar.
One last drink. Why does it feel like a trap here? Ingmar's home speaks of comfort and plenty, but with a certain gaudiness. Old trophies and weapons stand side by side with costly but useless decorations. Fire crackles merrily in the hearth. Before you is a table laid with wooden platters of fruits, cheeses, and sweet meats. Ingmar stands at one end, biting into an apple and chewing with great relish. His eyes lie as he sees you, and bits of apple fly from his mouth as he speaks. Elvis, there you are.
The promise of meat and stories of Bonhoeffer's deeds. How could I refuse? Here I am. You keep a nice table, almost as nice as the one we keep in Skern. I'm here for the meat, not your spit. Wipe your beard and pour me something to drink, old man. How could I refuse?
Ingmar wipes his mouth on his sleeve and grins widely. Come then. You are my guest, and no guest of mine shall be thirsty for long. Ingmar picks up a pair of drinking horns and sets them on the hearth, beckoning you to join him. The herdmen move to help themselves, as a number of thralls bring forth more food and drink. Rosva sidles next to you and places a tentative hand on your wrist, whispering,
I wouldn't drink that if I were you.
Her pale eyes implore you meaningfully from beneath the curtains of her dark hair.
I smell the rhubarb leaf on my horn. The man is trying to poison us. Thank you, Rosva. Nonsense, witch. You see shadows where there are none.
Ingmar is pretending to be preoccupied with his mead, but you can tell he is straining to listen in.
From where do you know my father, Ingmar?
Ingmar leans against the hearth, his eyes growing distant as he gazes into the crackling flames. We were of the same herd back then. allied against ours. Very fucking strong, him and I. Put those milksops in their place. He chuckles hoarsely into his beard. Hey, how do you get an arse but dizzy?
I don't know. How?
You asking to piss in the corner of a barrel?
Here's on to Bonhoeffer, Skull. Finesse, switch your horn with Ingemar's. Turn to drink. Fling the horn away. Are you trying to poison me, coward? Finesse. Succeeded. As Ingemar glances away, you deftly exchange the drink horn for yours. His drinking horns for yours. And raise in a salute. Your man none the wiser to your ruse. Let's drink. To a generous and giving host. There's no honor in this. I call your bluff, Ingemar. Let's drink. He raises his horn and drinks deeply. After emptying it, he coughs harshly. Let's look at Thor's throws. Ingemar's throws look strong and healthy. Too much so, in fact. As one of them leans in to refill your horn, you spot the glint of steel concealed beneath his rough-spun clothes. How did you and Bonhoeffer part ways? Ingemar stares into his horn, a shadow passing over his face.
Your father set forth with his herd to sail west. I thought that was the end of him. Never heard that he had returned, not until news of his recent death.
Listen closely. The bitterness in Ingmar's voice drips with injured pride. Get the sense that he and your father did not part on good terms. You didn't sail with him? He shakes his head and sighs heavily.
I did not. It was not my choice.
Let's drink again. You both drink again, and the poison induces another coughing fit in Ingemar. After he recovers, he sways slightly, eyes his cup suspiciously, and then finally understands what you've done. Ingemar's visage is grim as he sets the horn aside.
Your father wronged me of this, insulted my honor.
Anger and sorrow work his face into an ugly grimace.
And his bastard went and died. When you see him tell him Ingmar did not forget his slight.
more where that came from!
Shit.
It's not my time. Odin, protect me.
Don't worry, I'm here!
Thank you.
Come over here. Boulder's favor. Shit.
Shit! Let me take a look.
I'm in your tent.
Yeah, like that is better. That's fine. Can no longer be flanked. That's fine. Moderate fracture. Male biter. Blood ice. I believe it's better. Yeah, it's better. Way better. And she can use blood ice instead of a broadsword. Does less damage. But everything's a bit better. Oh. They're all dead. So let's go. Oh, I have to leave. Okay. Not ready to do that yet. That's going to eat out loud. Reeves' town crier is an energetic young woman with fiery red hair. Her sharp features are dotted with freckles and her smile spells mischief. Her trained voice carries easily across the din of the market. The scout looks at you expectantly as you approach her. Golda, Godan Dag, Honorable Thane. What news lately? She winks cheekily. Only what I've been shouting for hours. Frankish massacre in Saxony. A merchant looking to hire warriors. Skirn raided by Northmen. Did I miss anything? Tell me about the massacre. It's grim news. The Christians appear dead set on converting all pagans to the worship of their own god, or else killing them. Thousands who resist the missionaries are dying on the tips of Frankish spears. King Sigurd has sworn that he'll stop the Christian expansion and has promised aid to all Saxon refugees. Rumors abound that the king may assemble the Ledanger army.
and sail south to discourage any Frankish incursions into Jutland. Someone's looking to hire warriors. She gestures towards the opposite side of the market. Aye, Yadar Young's Kergerson stands over there for the third day in a row, asking any and all armed passerbys for their assistance. If you are open to such work, I'm sure he would love to tell you all about it. Skirm was raided, you say? Soothsay reports from travelers along the road north. Northmen struck at night, but they say the beacons weren't lit. The people of Skirn fought back, defeated the raiders, and captured their leader. The surviving Northmen escaped on their ship. I was there. What you've heard is accurate. I was there. It's much worse than what you describe. Those raiders weren't so tough. Yeah, what you heard is accurate. Good thing you're skit with your life, then. If you're going back to Skirn, send my regards to the villagers. I might want to find crew for a warship. She points off to the northwest, towards the harbor. Over yonder is a longhouse used by Jarl Ragnhilda's herd. Celso is looking for hire, often trained there with her warriors. People went missing in the marsh? She claps her hand to her mouth, eyes open, eyes wide. Oh yes, I'm glad you were listening. Travelers in the marsh have been disappearing. Rumors of giants and lantern men are beginning to spread. Jarl Ragnhilda has offered a reward to anyone brave enough to investigate. Just asking the site, taking the sights. The scout spreads her arms and spins once around herself. Her cheer is almost too intense. Leib is the beating heart of the West Coast. Remember to enjoy yourselves while you're here. Alright. The too enthusiastic. A strong young man stands at the front of a small group of thralls, scanning the market crowd for customers. His eyes settle on you and he smiles. Ah, hail Excel, my good woman. You have the bearing of a highborn. Are you in need of thralls for your homestead, perchance? You peddle thralls? As I said, are you looking to buy? I find slavery distasteful. He looks puzzled. Distasteful? How so? I guarantee you there are no trickery involved in capturing these men and women. They were enthralled fair and square after our battle, and I acquired them by arrangement with the victor. We should unslave our own people. Christians make better thralls in the first place. I believe freedom is the natural right of every man or woman. In that case, I take back my objection. I believe freedom, yeah, whatever. It looks at you as though you have just told him the sea is made of cheese. I see. Well, that's an unusual opinion. I suppose I have nothing to offer you then. Should you change your mind, don't hesitate to return. Show me your selection. Medicine, rations. I have good enough rations, I have good enough medicine. That's, what, 150? Chopper Oshima? Kid blinks a couple of times, then he turns around to look at his father. Oh, sure, I suppose. I haven't done that kind of thing before, but it shouldn't be a straightforward. But it should be a straightforward job. What kind of pay do you have in mind? Get 100 wood, you keep half the wood. Ship the rest up to Skirn. Pay 500 valuables, you get 200 wood. I'll pay up to 50 ore tug of silver for the job. I'll have to think about it. Is there anything else? No. If it's 50 for 100 wood, I get 150 from the other woman, so that means I get 200 wood plus 50 extra. That means I should sell it. A plate with some kind of sweet-smelling powder has been placed into Freya's shrine.
When the pile of precious jewelry sacrificed to the goddess of love, fertility, and war. The elaborately carved hammer on Thor's shrine has been almost worn away by the many years of prayers to the god of strength, storm, and harvest. Someone has carefully placed a fine old sword against the Odin's shrine, no doubt hoping to win the favor of the god of wisdom, sorcery, and death. The Gidja is young. Gidja is young. Not much older than you. Her blonde hair is elaborately braided, and her brightly colored dress embroidered with complex religious patterns. She greets you with a polite but distant smile, then a strangely breathy voice. Well, Coleman, my name is Fana. I am a Gidja here at the temple. Is this your first time visiting? Yes, I never had an occasion to enter this house before. You may have come here with my father a long time ago. Yeah, the father. Then we're honored to host you again. Have you come to petition the gods? I'd like to make an offering. I need a medicine for a sick friend. Yeah, I need medicine. She nods politely, looking through you as if her mind is somewhere else. We are always happy to help. Please describe the illness. She has a deep, awful cough and a fever. She's been bedridden for many weeks. Can you help her? The Gidja maintains her vacant stare. Yes, I hope, but I need moldy bark from the troll tree. Where does this tree stand? In the marsh to the southeast. Look for the patches of yellow-green mold on its trunk. If you bring me that bark, I will use it to make a cure for you. Alright. Do you recognize the patterns on this medallion? She runs her fingers over the engraved patterns. No. They are neither the Aesir or the Vanir. Not of our faith at all. You must find someone who has had cause to leave our lands. Try the dogs. I'd like to make an offering. She opens her arms in a gesture encompasses the two shrines on the sides of the room. We have shrines to Odin, Thor, and Freya here, but I am happy to accept offerings for any Aesir or Vanir you wish to appease. 50 rations. I don't have 50 rations. Let's think on this. We return soon. Only have 68 rations. Don't think I can spare 50 rations. Although, no. 50 is a bit too much, man. Although, whatever. I was thinking about maybe I could buy some meat. Alright, let's sell the ship. Does your offer still stand for that ship? Sure does. You want to take me up on it? 150 Ortunga silver, wasn't it? You got yourself a deal. You shake on it and the woman turns to one of her sons. Honey, go weigh out some silver for the woman. Then take your brother down to the docks and inspect for our new cargo ship. Show me your selection. Meat. So 6 valuables for 1 meat, 12 valuables for 1 ration. That's better if I buy meat instead. Okay, 1 medicine for 3 meat. Yeah, let's do that. Have some other time. And now I can actually provide the rations. I'd like to make an offering. Lord, grant me swiftness, grant me strength, should protect me in battle. Order for good fortune. Order for grant me vigilance. I like fortune. The gods' prosperity increased. The gods will surely grant you their favor. Take this talisman as a symbol of your devotion. You share a story about the gods? A twinkle in her eyes belies her vacant demeanor. Of course. Shall I recount the ballad of Hymir, where mighty Thor pulls up the Midgard serpent? It sounds perfect. Svana slips seamlessly into the way of old words, her voice taking on the rhythmic quality of a skald as she begins to recount the old ballad. Long ago, the gods were eating their prey. In the mood for a drink before they were full, they shook the sticks and looked at the lots. They learned that at Aegir's was a fine crop of cauldrons. Aegir, the cliff dweller, sat there, cheerful as a child. Thor, the son of Dread, defiant, stared him in the eye. Often you will have to prepare drinking feasts for the Aesir. The word surly warrior gave trouble to the giant. He thought how next he might be revenged on the gods. Aegir asked Sif's husband to bring him a cauldron with which I can brew ale for you all. The far-famed gods and the great powers couldn't get one anywhere, till because of close ties, Loki was able to offer much welcome advice to Thor alone. East of Elivavagard dwells hugely wise Hymir at heaven's edge. My fierce father owns a pot, a capacious cauldron a league deep. Do you know if we can get that brew kettle? If, friend, we too do it with cunning? Keep listening. They traveled far away that day from Asgard until they reached Aegir's. He took care of the goats with their splendid horns while they turned up towards Hymir's hall. Loki met his granny, who seemed hateful to him. She had 900 heads. Another all-golden girl stepped ahead, bright-browed, to bring her son beer. Offspring of giants, I'd like to hide you, a brave pair, under the pots. My lovely husband, many a time, has been mean and bad-tempered to guests. The man malice-shapen came back late, hard-hearted Hymir, home from the hunt. When he walked in the hall, the icicles tinkled. The old guy's beard was frozen. Welcome, Hymir, in fine fettle. How now your son has come home to your halls. One we've both missed on his long travels. Rod's adversary has come along with him, a fighter's friend. Thor is his name. See where they sit beneath the hall gable, protecting themselves with the pillar in front. The pillar split at the giant's gaze, and the pillar beam broke in two. 8 pots split, but one of them, fire-hardened, fell down whole from the post. They walked ahead, but the ancient giant followed his enemy with his eyes. His heart sank when he saw the griever of giantesses walk across the floor. Then 3 bulls were taken up. The giant had them quickly boiled. Each one was made shorter by a head before being born to be cooked. Sif's husband ate before going to bed 2 of Hymir's oxen all on his own. To Hymir, it seemed that Thor had his fill.
Tomorrow evening we'll have to go hunt for food to feed us three. Thor said he would row out to sea if the brave giant would give him bait. Turn it to the winds if you trust your guts, breaker of giants, to find some bait. I expect it will prove easy for you to find some sea bait from the oxen. The lad swiftly slipped off to the woods, where a jet-black ox stood ahead. There the ogre exterminator broke from the bull, the lofty high pasture of both horns. The Lord of Goats told the offspring of apes to put the ship further out to sea, but the giant said that on his own reckoning he felt little urge to row further. Famed Ymir then soon caught, full of wrath, alone 2 whales on a hook, but back in the stern, Odin's kin Thor cunningly laid out his line. He baited his hook, protector of men, the serpent's soul slayer, with the ox's head, there gaped at the hook of one of the gods' hate. From below, the girdle of all lands. Deed brave Thor mightily dragged the venom-stained serpent up from the gunwale. He struck from above with his hammer the horrible head of the wolf's close-knit brother. The rock monsters groaned. The stone fields thundered. The ancient earth all moved together. Then that fish sank back into the sea. The giant was unhappy when they rowed back. Ymir didn't say a word at his oar. He steered a quite different course. Would you share out the work with me by either bringing the whales home to the house or tethering up our ship? Thor went and gripped the prow. He lifted up the sea steed, bilge and all, along with the oars and bilge bailer. He carried to the house and the giant's whales and the boat across the wood ridge. Yet still the giant, when it came to strength of arm, obstinately quarreled with Thor. He said no one was strong, although he could row robustly, unless he could smash his cup. But Thor, when it came to his hand, caused soon a stone column to shadow with the cup. From his seat he struck it at a pillar, but they bore it back to Ymir in one piece. Until the lovely sweetheart told him some useful advice that she knew. Hit it on Ymir's head when he's heavy with food. It's harder than any cup. The hardy Lord of Goats rose from his seat, summoned all his Asa strength. The old man's head stayed whole above, but the round wine vessel was ruptured. Many a treasure has passed from me. When I see the cup smashed out of sight, the old man spoke some more. I'll never say again, beer, now you're brewed. It's up to you if you can take this ale kettle out of our home. Loki tried twice to stir it. The cauldron stayed both times quite still. Thor grabbed it by the rim, and his feet sank down into the floor of the hall. Sif's husband heaved the cauldron up on his head, and its rings jingled around his heels. Well, the best part is over. I'll take my leave. Kija clears her throat. Are you sure? The tale is almost over, but Thor and Loki aren't out of it yet. Ymir has one more trick up his sleeve. Alright, finish the story. They journeyed long. When Odin's son took a single look behind him, he saw from the rocks, from the east with Ymir, a mighty many-headed troop approach. He heaved the cauldron down from his shoulders, brandished murder-loving Mjolnir, and killed all the vast giants. The strength mighty one came to the gods' assembly, bringing the cauldron that Ymir had owned, and the sacred ones shall drink well ale feasts at Aegir's at flax-cutting time. Over the course of the retelling, Svanna seems to change into a different person. Her thoughts gathered back inside her head, and her voice became forceful and lively with the rhythms of the way of old words. Now as her gaze drifts back to her audience, the mild smile returns to her face, and she seems to sink a little. The tale is over. Did you like it? It was great. Will you tell another? It was very good, thank you. I had heard it before. It was too long and hard to follow.
Thank you. I totally got all that. I'm always happy to tell the stories of the gods as they were told to me many times. Is there anything else you need? I may return soon. Please do not tell me another story because that was way too long. I'm out of here. Oh. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. Well, it is getting kind of late for me. There is this. I think this is where Ragnhilder is or whatever. Y'all. The guy on the right is lanky, blonde, and doesn't seem to really have eyebrows. Fucking freezing out here. Sigmundur. The one on the left is a large man, round-faced and with doleful eyes, standing in the cold while they talk around the fire. It's no job for a fighting man. Boredom. Teeth chattering. They cease their belly aching and look at you. Do y'all Ragnhilder's Huskars usually complain this much? Maybe if you was stood here in the cold all day. Watching people come and go, no glory or even just a good fight to be had. Might be you'd complain too. Children complain, the best among us act. And do what? We gotta leave sight of the longhouse door. You'll figure something out. Two guys give each other a long, laconic look around the yard. The table is laden with warm food, steaming still in the cold air. Against the wall of the longhouse, a array of casks stand tapped and ready. Who are you? The first guy nods at his companion. Here's Nuki. Here's Sigmundur. Was there a feast prepared but no one at the tables? The only seeing a visiting Godi and his followers, all the way from Glavendrup, I think. He's a pale fellow. No wonder when Humanese didn't want to eat or drink. Right, shame. All this food and drink with no one to enjoy. Right, shame. We really shouldn't go to waste like this. Simply taking from it would be wrong. Two guys look at each other and smile. One might say it's our duty as Huskars to make sure the thrall's hard work is honored. If it's our duty, then how can we refuse? A challenge then, like Thor and Utgarter. Anyway. Ragnhilder the White. Hello. Ragnhilder the White politely stands when you approach her seat and clasps your wrist with a firm grip. Willkommen to Ribe. Now this. What do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I seek your permission to recruit a crew for my ship. For an expedition? I won't stand in your way, but the warning I gave your father extends to you as well. Stay in known territory if you value your life. The Inskew encroaches upon my territory. I am forced to seek aid elsewhere. Noted, but I'm eager to go regardless. I'll consider your advice. The Inskew approaches my territory, yeah.
Troubling accusation. Are you sure? Are you able to prove it? I'm working on it. Meanwhile, I'm simply here to assemble a crew. Put word out of my barracks that you're seeking a crew. Mercenaries are often found there, spotting with my herdmen. I've come to trade at your market. Very good. As always, we shall be glad to have your business. I heard rumors about disappearances in the marsh. I wish for people to travel safely to and from our city. If this isn't dealt with soon, Reeve's reputation will suffer. A bounty of silver belongs to anyone with the courage to seek out and solve this problem. I'm not afraid. Allow me to deal with this task. Giants and spirits are not to be trifled with. Of course. Anywhere there's a group of orphans squatting in some rotting buildings near the market. You mean the rats? Seems to be what people call them, yes. So you know about them. Why in the All-Father's name have you not addressed this yet? The rats are the children of men and women who died in the Battle of Bravalia, fighting against Sigurd Hringar. We tried to take care of them all, but the campaign left too many orphans to manage. We seem to be getting by. Are there any vacant buildings we could move them into? I appreciate the sentiment, but the rats have been making nuisances of themselves for some years now, stealing from merchants and rampaging through the streets in the dark hours. I don't want to have my men move against them. I suppose I feel some kind of responsibility for them still, but placing them elsewhere in the city will not be possible. So you simply choose to ignore them? That has been my choice so far, yes. If you have a better solution in mind, you're welcome to handle it yourself. Do we have to leave? Do we have your leave to evict the rats by force? I'll try to find a peaceful solution. If you manage it, they'll be worthy of respect. I was ambushed near the blacksmith. What? In my town? Do they know who they are? Do you know who they were? All I have to go on is this medallion. She turns the medallion between her fingers. How odd. Quite a mystery you have here. I have never seen such patterns before. I would advise you to consult the Gija at our temple here in town. These markings are religious in nature. She'll know what they are. I'll make sure the survivors are rounded up and executed for their crimes. Talk later. If you need my counsel, my door is always open to my neighboring thanes. Alright, I'm out of here. Let's go here. I want to see what's there. Trapdoor is blocked by charred remains of collapsed walls. You can evacuate it, but it may fatigue you if you lack the strength. Evacuate. Fatigued. Charred key. Soma, a greasy key of unusual design. Its recesses are blackened with deposits of soot. What the hell happened here? Child's charm. Oddfriede. No more than a piece of polished amber on a string. This talisman is clearly made by a child. Wooden sword lies between two dead children, unmarked by violence. It looks like they were suffocated by smoke. +1 morale. Oh, it goes here. So I can stay there.
Okay, who needs morale? Rosva. Rosva's father. I think he can have morale. Rick did not kill this woman. She died from 2 deep stab wounds on her stomach. Who? She's Soma. Maybe she was killed and then it was to hide the evidence by burning the whole place? Wait a minute. I have a feeling it's to do with her, Rana. You think she stabbed her? And set fire to everything to hide it? Oh, I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so. Now everything seems a bit smaller now that I've looted pretty much everything. Which is good. Random house I'm going into, for sure. Surface is marred by charred spots and strange carvings with dread. You recognize the name of the fire giant Surtur repeated over and over and over. Bits of burnt flesh still cling to effigies, possible to tell what sort of creature it came from. The earth is cold and as ice, and a thick blanket of mold covers the disgusting remains of a stew. Every candle scattered across the room is ineptly inscribed with jagged blue patterns and unsettling symbols. Human feces have long dried around the pot, yet an overpowering stench of urine still lingers to sting your nostrils. What the fuck? A demon house. Anyway, let's get a proper bearing. There's this. Let's hear jumper. There's this. It's probably Skull Glimmer. And my doll. Dunson's home. Ingemar's home. Smith. Jarl Regendal. doesn't actually show like buildings you can enter. Not really. I'll need vigorous equipment, but I will pay for your journey. His cheeks turn red, and once again he casts his eyes down. I can't possibly accept that. I could never repay you for such a gift. Give him 500 valuables. You can tell your friends that Thanos Skirn brought you home. Tears almost well up in his eyes, but he manages to fight them back. Thank you. Oh, thank you. At last I can afford the journey home. He gets up, rubs his dick briefly, then rolls up the wool cloth and slowly makes his way across the boardwalk towards the nearest ship. Maybe I'll talk to them again, see if there's any new clues. Because I have no idea. Longhouse. +6 prosperity, 100 wood. 6 power. Folkmut. 75 power. +50 valuables per week. Through taxes, place where traders can raise a store to sell their wares. And a new trader. Is it better to have traders? I suppose. More. Sacrificial blog. +4 rations weekly. +4 herbs weekly. Blacksmith. 3 hides tri-weekly. Crafts armor of high quality. +3 salvage. Definitely need a palisade. Larger warships. I probably don't need that yet. I'll need a... Let's go herbal. But should I get a folkwood? Or should I get a trader? A new trader, new trader. I think I need folkwoods. Let's first get this. I think that's it. Oh wait, there was one more. I need to speak to this guy. Because he's the last one I know to speak about the medallion. The other group left. Hello again, lass. Have you found a need for my ship? Ever seen patterns like this on this, like on this medallion? Nods on the medallion and turns it on in the light. I have, in fact. I was recently paired with something very much like this. The captain retrieves a sort of diadem from his sack at his feet. He hands it to you, hanging onto the medallion as collateral. The diadem bears striking resemblance to the medallion you found on the hired killers. Same materials, same patterns, there's no doubt. Who paid you with this, and what for? His eyes grow narrow. Well, now, I'm not altogether sure what to say, but 10 ore tongue of silver loosen your tongue. Gunnar, maybe you could convince this man to talk. Yeah, 10 ore tongue. Make it 20. 200 available is better to go. Never mind, I lost interest. Diplomacy 1. Too steep. You've given me enough to go on. The dock workers will be able to tell me what I need to know. Wait. All right. 10 ore tongue of silver. Here you go. I was paid by a woman called Rodagerda to transport a group of slightly shifty-looking people to Reeb. There were 5 of them, 3 men and 2 women. I gathered that one from the woman was the sister of one of the men. When we took the job, she paid us with this diadem. I didn't ask any questions. Crosses his arms. Oh, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. If you're not looking to hire my crew, I have other things to attend to. I accept you. The people you transported tried to kill me. Katil rumps conspicuously. Rodagerda, school's killer. Those rumors were blatantly exaggerated. Yet here we are, having survived an ambush by killers she hired. Yes, that does appear to be the case. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it at this point. No, but let's keep it in mind. in case we run into her again. Draw the girder. Assassins finished. We're gonna go to the marsh. Challenge Nuki, challenge Sigmundur. Oh, what the? I didn't know this. Let's do that real quick. And then I'll end it. Okay, that's a good challenge. Sigmundur paces back and forth in front of the casks, examining them with a hungry look in his eyes. He snaps upright, his limbs awkwardly attempting to assume a casual stance as he notices you approach. I'm feeling a bit thirsty, yes. There's plenty of ale. Chicken out. Sorry, gone too far. But no further part of it. Feeling a bit thirsty and there's plenty of ale. An easy, almost haughty smile settles on his face. Might be that there is, but I've let it cast dry in 3 cups. And I've emptied 2 casks in 4. Choose a challenger here. I think Gunnar will be better. Gunnar grabs the offered cup and dips his fingers, flicking a few droplets into the nearby brazier, and offering to Loki. About time! Gunnar manages to finish 2 brimming cups before leaning forward. With hands on his knees, he hiccups and looks for a moment as though he's about to be sick. Sigmundur loads his own cup, ale running down his chin and down his front. It takes Sigmundur a moment to focus on Gunnar's face. Enough! No worse provisions can man carry than 2 deep a draught of ale. Let it be a draw. Gunnar looks relieved. He takes an unsteady step and offers Sigmundur an open palm. He shakes it with a nod and smiles. And a smile. Nuki hovers over the table, picking from it with care and savoring his choices. When you approach him, his expression is furtive for a moment, but he rallies, puffing out his chest and gut. I have an appetite to it. Do you? Nefja groans and looks away. A glimmer of confidence spurs on his grin. I'll eat like the fire at Ukkar's Loki's hole. And yet you're still no match for me. Choose a challenger. It'll have to be Katil. You'll definitely be able to do it. Katil settles in the table next to Nuki. The food lays spread out before you. Barley flatbread baked with garlic and butter, smoked and salted fish with dill and honey glazed parsnips. He reaches for a slab of salted oxtail and tears into it with his bare teeth. The air fills with grunts, coughs, and the smacking of lips, and the two set about their task. My wit might have no end, but my gut does. Still, I do my best. Until huffs and grunts as he attempts to cram the food down, he notices at Nuki, then at you, despair on his face. Until hiccups, sways for a moment, and then suddenly scrambles frantically to disentangle himself from the table. He manages a few steps before doubling over and retching, spilling sick in a stinking puddle of bile and reeking mush. The retarded Huskar leans back and his breath laboured while he chews. He snaps his hand and his belly swallowing and grinning. You ate well, friend, just not well enough. Leans back, hand still on his belly, and lets out a contented sigh. Then, instead of reaching for some unspoken agreement with himself, he reaches forward and puts a bit more on his plate. We consider you tolerated. Herself appears in the doorway, a look of moderate disapproval on her face. What is all this commotion about? Look, what are you... Sigmundur, are you drunk? And Elfdis, did you put them up to this? She holds up her hands. Wait, no. I don't want to know. If you're here to see me, I have time now. And you too. Go tell Grimir to send you guests to replace you.
Well, it was good. Find Vranger. He might be already dead. Anyway, that'll have to be it for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll continue this tomorrow, yeah. Anyways, Peach, I guess.